app on SABC Plus or via the DSTV and OpenView audio bouquets. Join the conversation on social media. Follow us at Channel Africa on Facebook and Channel Africa 1 on all our social media handles. Don't miss the stories shaping this amazing continent and beyond. Channel Africa, first with the African story globally.
Live, remembered and shared on African Diaries with Teach Matez, 10 till 12 a.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa. Live from Harare, Zimbabwe.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Africa World Hour with Mposi Tole.
Africa's long-term development blueprint, setting out an ambitious vision for a prosperous, integrated and self-reliant continent. At the heart of accelerating that vision is what's being termed Moonshot 1. Dr. Joseph Phiri, who's a senior research fellow, fiscal and financial sectors at the Zambia Institute for Policy Analysis and Research.
So Moonshot 1 is one of the strategic pillars under the current Agenda 2063. Now, in order to realize those quests for Agenda 2063, there's been multiple development plans that have been set across. I think prior to that, there was an implementation plan which was set 10 years ago, all the way up until 2024. But now from 2024 to 2033, there's been multiple strategies that have been put across, and there are 7 in number. But one that I'm going to speak with to mostly is Moonshot 1, which is basically the quest to ensure that we obtain middle income status. Moonshot 1 is to ensure that African countries can become middle income status by 2033. That is to have at least a minimum GDP per capita of $3,000 per person.
Africa World Hour with Mposi Tole, 9 till 10 p.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa. Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Live, remembered and shared on African Diaries with Teach Matez, 10 till 12 a.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa. Live from Harare, Zimbabwe.
They say May is the African month. We're going to be celebrating Africa Day. You make sure whatever you do, celebrate all African successes. Up next on Soul Stage, let me welcome Joshua Oludare Olusan. He's an enthusiastic and highly motivated professional with 18 years of progressive experience in advertising, media, and the print industry. He has been actively involved in the office administration of different companies as a team leader. He was part of Tech Elesa metropolitan areas, Junk Mail, Asa Print, Q Photo, Tika Studio. Joshua Olusan is a publisher, author, and founder of the African Portal. He started journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He's a writer, motivational speaker, human rights activist. He's also a TV presenter, program director, photographer, and graphic designer. He's done it all. From the heart of Nigeria, Joshua stands as a visionary storyteller, cultural advocate, and founder of the African Portal, a platform and philosophy that reignites Africa's narrative from within Africa. As the author of the acclaimed book, The African Portal, Joshua invites the world to see Africa through its own lenses, a continent rich in history, identity, and divine potential. His work bridges past and future, highlighting the preservation of indigenous languages, cultural heritage, and the rebirth of African consciousness in a global era. Through the African Portal, he continues to inspire intellectual dialogue and leadership rooted in African pride and purpose. Josh's message is one of awakening, urging Africa to rediscover itself, claim its power, and tell its own story unapologetically. He embodies what it means to be an African icon, a voice of wisdom, Vision and Cultural Restoration, whose words continue to shape a new African identity across many different generations. On the 6th of December in 2025 in Santon, Johannesburg, he was honored. Yes, we did. We honored Joshua for his contribution to African storytelling, cultural leadership, and continental unity. Joshua, good evening and welcome. What an introduction. You have been a man about town for 18 years. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. And thanks for having me. And thanks to all your listeners. Thank you so much for your time.
18 years in advertising, media, and print across different companies. What has kept you in the industry for almost 2 decades?
Wow, thank you so much. As a matter of fact, I really appreciate the opportunity given to me. What is keeping me there is the interest and also the zeal for the best for Africa, because we know that Africa will have what it takes to be one of the great continents, and we believe that we are the people that we can do it for ourselves. So that is what I believe, and that is what is keeping me in the game.
Joshua, a lot of people say most of Africa is now independent, 54 states, but we're still bound in our minds. Do you think so?
Indeed. One of the challenges we are facing is that we are still following the curve. We are still following the system, and we are still following the design of divide and rule. So, though we have so many years, like Nigeria is going to be 66 this year. And imagine a 66 years old child still strolling, to still not be able to stand on his legs. So, yeah, that is true. But we have to wake up. We have to get it right. We have to do it right.
Indeed so. We are the ones Africa has been waiting for. How has your experience in the office administration shaped the way you run the African portal and other projects as you communicate with Africa?
Indeed. Let's just take it with the belief that we know and we understand that we can do better, and we can do it in the international standard. It's a good experience, especially with my experience in junk mail, in Q Photo, in advertising company in South Africa, a leading advertising company in South Africa, also running my own media house. It's not easy, but it's a very good thing. It's a very interesting thing. I've been part of the many teams. We have contributed a lot to the growth of our community, our society, Africa as a whole. And also we have been able to also lead many events, which is African events, like what we just finished in Cape Town. It's a great time having a great people coming together to talk about our growth, to talk about our unity, to talk about our continent, Africa. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm so excited, and it's a good experience for me. I'm not regretting that I choose that career, and I'm not regretting that I've worked as administrator in many companies here in South Africa and also outside South Africa.
Fantastic. Moving between roles, Joshua, publisher, author, TV presenter, program director, photographer, and graphic designer. It's quite rare. How do you balance all these different skills?
Yeah, no, remember that what you learn is different to what you are gifted. So when you are gifted, is something that is inside you, and you inspire with that. That is who you are. So all this are all together. I mean, a graphic designer, program director, photographer, and all that is one thing. So the main thing is that it's an entertainment, and when you like to entertain the people, when you like to meet new people, when you like to speak to people, and also be part of the great people doing great things. So I mean, it's something that will be giving you energy. And I'm just mentioning the one that we just did last week, which is Ishokonde in Cape Town, which is very great one. It's trending on our space, and also a lot of people are still talking about it. So seeing people coming together in unity, in purpose, is one of the great things that is pushing us, that is making us waking up every morning to do it. So it's our passion. And when you have passion for something, you will always wake up to it, and you want to do it better.
Josh, I want to talk to you as an author now. Your book focuses on African history, culture, heritage, and future potential. What gap did you see in publishing, and what led you to write this book?
All right, thank you very much. That's a very brilliant question, and I'm so excited about it. Why writing that book, The African Porter, is what happened in South Africa about, let's say, 16 years ago. That is the World Cup. During the World Cup, world came to Africa to see Africa to watch the World Cup in South Africa, and I'm part of the team of the junk mail. Then I was working with junk mail, so I'm in the front line, meeting people from different parts of the world, seeing the Africa for the first time, and I have opportunity to have an interview, one-on-one interaction with people, and the way they see Africa, their expectation, being here, and all that. And I realized that a lot of people have seen Africa as a jungle. They see Africa as underdeveloped. They see Africa as a very difficult place to go, and they see Africa that is no-go area. So it's shocking. And I have to ask them why that. They say, no, the news we are hearing about Africa is that Africa is underdeveloped. People are still living side by side with animal. There is sewage flowing everywhere. There is no growth and all that. When they are talking about Africa, they show Alessandra. When they're talking about Africa, they show where there is war. When they're talking about Africa, they show South Sudan. When they're talking Africa, they show the northern part of Nigeria where Boko Haram is kidnapping people. They never tell the story of Cape Town. They never tell the story of the island. Island in Lagos, that is VI. They never talk about the story of the N1 having 6-lane road. So they didn't expect all this. They think maybe they're coming to a country whereby they will not be able to see electricity because it's a dark country. So that gives me that energy that, okay, if people are looking at us like this, we have to change the narrative. We have to tell our story by ourselves. So that is why I went on to do research about Africa, where we are coming from, who we are, and what we have done in the past. And I realized that we are one powerhouse of the world. Egypt, as a matter of fact, Israel have once been a slave in Egypt. So that shows how powerful we are. But what happened? Why do we lose the power? Is what the African portal is all about. If we are so powerful in the past, what happened to us? Why we end up being the continent where other people are colonizing us? Why Egypt end up being colonized? What happened to us? So we start talking about our kingdom, our kings, our queens, our tradition, our belief, and our the way we expand. And we realize that migration play a very big role in our growth as a continent, Africa. So nobody can stop migration. Migration is part of our life and is part of the things that make this continent what it is. So that is what African Portal is all about, telling the story of Africa, showing the world who we are, and telling the world that we are not a dark nation, we are a bright nation, rising and making sure that we shine the light across the globe. That is the African Portal.
Absolutely. Yeah, celebrating the glory of Africa. They say the richest man who ever lived came from Mali. Yeah, so the African portal, you wrote it to make African history and culture accessible to both young and older generations. How is the response?
No, the response is very good. We have a very good response. People are happy about it. I launched the book, The African Portal, in the year 2013 at University of Victoria. So it's a research work that's contained the information about Africa, looking to Africa in 18th, 17th, 16th century, looking at what have happened in Africa, the wars, the differences, the challenges that have happened within African countries, and coming together to see that Africa end up in the hand of the colonial masters to divide Africa to what it is today. So the acceptability have been so great, and that is one of the great things that we are enjoy. I mean, being part of the community, leading the events, speaking to people, the younger generation. We have a class where we teach African language because we believe that 3 things can make African great, and that is where Africa, where what is coming out from Africa. The third thing is eat Africa. Make sure that you consume what Africa is producing. And the last thing is that speak Africa. That is our language, our culture, who we are, and all that. And we are promoting that, and people are responding very well. So we are making sure that we're talking to the current generation, the incoming generation, and the past generation. That is our ancestors. We're talking about the current Africa, and we're talking about Africa tomorrow. So that is our focus, and that is what we are doing.
Joshua, my guest tonight, you are a very well gifted and talented, as well as educated man. You started at the University of Ibadan and the Polytechnic there, UNISA, and the University of Pennsylvania. How has formal journalism training influenced your work and the way that you write?
Thank you so much. That's another very lovely, beautiful question. I be-
Hello, can you hear me, Josh?
I, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're
Can you?
back now. Yes, you were telling me of how formal education has influenced your style of writing.
Yes, let's talk about the gift. Let's talk about the experience. Let's talk about the background because these are the things that contributes to who we are. Yeah, formal education is a very good thing. Studying journalism is another thing that exposed me and that opened my eyes to the reality of time. So I studied computer science at University of Nigeria of Ibadan, and also I go to Polytechnic of Ibadan, study computer science. But later I realized that I have this gift in me to host a show, to talk on the radio, to do programs and all that. So I went back to University of Pennsylvania in US, where I studied journalism, and I believe that this helped me a lot because it opened my eyes to the reality of the time. It made me understand that my voice is very important, and it also let me know that my face is also a great opportunity for me to speak to people. So I become the voice for the voiceless and the face for the faceless. So it's a good thing. I mean, it will give you the confidence, it will give you the boldness for you to be able to face the world and also present yourself to the world, your continent, your gift, and also your community. So it's a very great thing that happened to me, which is the for my education. I'm so excited about it. It's adding a lot of value to my life, and it's what is keeping us going.
Josh, you've led projects like the Kwanzaa celebration, Mandela Day, African History Month, and the Yoruba Family Day. What impact do you want these kind of celebrations to have on communities today?
Yes, I believe that coming together as an Africa is one of the great things that will happen to us, and that is why it's been attacked many times. You will realize that our unity is one of the things that is always been attacked, and why is because they understand that our unity is our strength, and that is where the focus on much to make sure that we are not unite. Imagine like African having the free trade agreement whereby we can trade within ourselves, whereby we can do business within ourselves. Imagine our GDP, imagine what we will become. And they already see that. And that is why they are attacking us, making sure that there is a turmoil, there is a challenge, there is a fight within the African continent. Don't let them unite, because if they can unite, they can do more. And that is the target. And that is why we are having this program, Kwanzaa. I was part of Kwanzaa organizing it, and the front line also coming together, teaching people of our language. I mentioned the what happened in Cape Town in 2 weeks ago, which is Ishokan Day. People coming together, talking about our culture, our core value, our continent. So it's a good thing. It's helping us, and I believe so much that the strength is in that. And the more we unite, the more we become powerful. So our unity is very paramount, and that is what we are singing. That is what we are looking forward to. So Africa together we can do it. This continent, when we work together, or we come together, when we build together, we can become more better than what we are now. And what is dividing us is nothing to compare to what is uniting us. So love is stronger than hatred. So let's love ourselves, let's believe in ourselves, and let's see this continent as one continent. I mean, if you can be in Nigeria, you can be in South Africa, you can be whatever country in Africa, but you are first Africa before you become whatever you become.
Yeah, some serious nuggets there from Josh. Josh, if it wasn't for the Berlin conference, Africa would be one state, one people. Yes, Ubuntu would be pushing the African people forward. I want to talk to you as a human rights activist and motivational speaker. How do you connect your advocacy work with the media? Is it easy for you to do that?
Because remember, the media is the fourth frontier of the what is making the world the world. So when you're talking about administration, you are talking about life. Media play a very big role. So you cannot be an activist if you don't have a voice, and if you want to have a voice, you have to have a media space. That's why you see most of the successful business people on earth, they have a media house. So when we are talking about activists, you fight for people, you bring people together, you correct narrative, you change the narrative and all that. So for people to be able to hear that, you need a media house, you need a voice, you need a space. And that is one of the great things that we believe that we have that is helping us. So the African Portal is the voice of Africa, where we address issues, where we talk about ourselves, when we talk about what we are expecting in our continent, Africa, when we talk about our food. We have very good food in Africa, and this is one of the, you go to Tanzania, you find different cuisine. You go to Uganda, you find different cuisine. You go to Nigeria, even within Nigeria, between the Igbo and Yoruba and Hausa, you find different cuisine. You come to South Africa, you find Mukudu, you find, so those are the things that is so that is so brilliant about us. And we talk about our dressing, our clothes. Look at what I put on. This is Africa. And the more we sell what we have, the more the world accepts us. The more we believe in what we have, the more our economic growth. So let's focus on that. And that is why you say, when we are talking about the media, when we are talking about being an activist, media play a very big role in that, because your voice cannot go out there. And thank God for social media as well, that is helping the world. Everybody become the presenter now. Everybody goes to social media, speak with their mind, freedom of speech and all that. So that is helping us. It's working pari passu. The two is working together. Activists with media is what will make your voice to count in the society and the community where you belong.
You're working very hard currently in Nigeria, as well as that is in South Africa, online news. And you're also involved in the manufacturing indaba. What's the vision behind these projects you're currently undertaking?
Yes, the vision behind that is to showcase Africa to the world. So being part of the Indabas in South Africa, whether energy Indaba, infrastructure Indaba, small business Indaba, and most of the Indaba energy and all that, is that we also want to give the people raw information as this is happening right in those Indabas. And why those Indabas is there is to bring Africa together and also discuss things that will make Africa move forward. So if they are discussing Africa and Africa is not aware what is going on, it doesn't make any sense. So that is why we are there to also be part of this and also rebroadcast it to the world to let them know this is what is happening right now in this place, whether in Cape Town, whether in Johannesburg, whether in Lagos, whether in Addis Ababa, or it doesn't matter where. So we tell the story, we showcase it, and we also put it out there for people to see.
Tuesday night, Soul Stage, my very special guest, Joshua. What's the next step for you and the African Portal in terms of reach, content, and partnership?
Beautiful question. The next is for us to have to make Africa or the African Portal to become the BBC of Africa, where we can be able to showcase the beauty of our continent and also showcase the beauty of our people, our culture, whether it's Zulu, whether Xhosa, whether in the Bele, it doesn't matter the culture, to bring them together to showcase what we have and also to display the good thing about us, our resources, our mineral resources, and things that is happening within our continent, Africa. So the future is that we become the BBC of Africa, we become a place where people come to get information, we become a solution to challenges facing Africa, we become a house where we can unite people, bringing people together. So that is what we are looking forward to in the coming future. We want to see ourselves in the next coming years as being voice of Africa, coming out there to showcase what we have, the blessings of God upon this great continent, Africa. The African Portal is the voice of Africa.
Josh, thank you so much for joining me. I only wish you the best, and we hope to see you soon as you continue to push the African agenda forward. My guest tonight, Joshua. Good evening, and catch you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is African Diaries.
Kukosana na wewe sikutarajia, kuwa mbali na wewe akimeniacha babaya, kutengana na wewe imenibadilisha sana, nimetamani nilewe akina kunywa na sasa madambia nini watu Regina, haya mapenzi yalinoga na kumbuka tulipeana majina, leo baby kesho tomato, mitandao ikaleta fitina, ukawa uambiliki na mikichwa changu na kikavimba, nikawa sisemezeki, inauma lakini nitazoea, inauma lakini nitazoea, hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea, hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea, ndio nashindwa. Densi tulikamata hadi usiku wa manane, kesi tukakubali tutapendana milele, nyimbo tulizopenda zanikumbusha wewe, Kamisi na vaika uliwacha na nusanga ndio nilale, yo tutaambia nini watu Regina, haya mapenzi yalinoga na.
In our warm-up, Bian, he is to be part of Saudi Soul. He's branched off on his own. He's doing excessively well and still sounding fresh. This is African Diaries. It is Tuesday night. Momentarily, we will take you to the movies.
Let's just do it.
Your life just got easier. Get the Channel Africa app and take us wherever you go. Catch the latest news, enjoy your favorite shows, stream the music you love, and stay connected to the continent. All in one spot, right in your pocket. Simple, quick, and always with you. The Channel Africa app. Download it now on iOS and Android. Some people count decades in years. We count them in the voices we carry.
Vous accompagne dans cette célébration.
Roho ya Afrika inaishi katika kila hadithi tunayosimulia.
Nkani za Mwafrika.
The stories we have told.
Breaking news on Channel Africa.
From the everyday to the unforgettable.
Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man.
From the quiet conversation to history as it happens.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is hereby declared the winner of the presidential election.
Not measured in time, but impact. Not counted in years, but in connection. Not just recorded in history, but in our minds and hearts.
Happy birthday.
Channel Africa, 60 years young and still growing. The African perspective. African Diaries with Teach Mataz.
You're on it each and every night from 10 up until midnight. My name is Teach Mataz. And so everybody's excited about the Soccer World Cup this year. It's going to be in 3 different places. United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. And yes, Mzanzi, the countdown continues from the 11th of June up until the 19th of July. Your national broadcaster, SABC, brings you every moment live. Watch on SABC 3, stream on SABC Plus, and stay connected onto SABC Radio. Download SABC Plus now and get ready for kickoff. SABC, the official broadcaster of the FIFA World Cup in 2026.
Not just what happened, why it matters. African Diaries with Teach Mataz, coming to you live from Harare, the Sunshine City, on the Channel Africa app and SABC Plus.
Documentary is now ready, a portrait of Desmond Tutu built from 20 years of archive collected by journalist Roger Friedman and photographer Benny Gould. The film shows Tutu as an activist, a preacher, father, and a truth teller during apartheid and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Rare footage and personal accounts reveal Desmond Tutu's journey to becoming a champion for the oppressed, driven by his faith, hope, and belief in forgiveness's power. It won the Peace Film Prize at the Berlin International Film Festival and screens at Encounters Film Festival this coming June of 2026. Here is the trailer.
We are going to be free! Sex. Did you say that? You are a monk, remember? I've sometimes said to him, the cameras are on us.
Honestly, the energy between them is 8-year-old boy.
You are mischievous.
What is the purpose of your visit, sir?
Just enjoy our friendship and talk about joy.
I don't think you could find two people on the planet who are more different than the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. One grew up in absolute poverty. The other grew up in a 1,000-room palace.
Unfortunately, that person is Christian.
Unfortunately, he's a Buddhist.
There's a lot of shared background. Both of them have deep history of struggle against authoritarian systems.
The Tibetan people are being exterminated. Their culture and religion are being stamped out.
Age 24, I lost my own country.
Amid tear gas and police dogs, Desmond Tutu led a people against apartheid.
When people decide to be free, absolutely nothing is going to stop them from becoming free.
You can overcome the most horrendous circumstances and emerge on the other side, not broken. When you say you are pursuing happiness, you are not going to find it.
Happiness isn't just something that feels good. Happier people, they're physically healthier, they have stronger immune systems, they even live longer.
Ultimate source of happy life, inside, not outside.
What a man. Check it out. Tutu. It's out now. I'm definitely going to go and check it out. So my second recommended movie tonight, Tuesday night, when we take you out to the movies on African Diary, it comes out of Sudan. Sudanese Russian director Susanna Migani's debut feature allows teenager Fanisa in a Sudanese cotton farming village to tell a story. When a businessman arrives with genetically engineered cotton and a development plan, Fanisa is caught in a power struggle of her community's future. Released in Egyptian cinemas beginning of May, it's also out in the UK and Ireland. It's coming out soon, and this is the trailer.
النار يا الله سبب النار يا الله 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 أبوي قال لي ما تبيع البصل قال لي ما تبيع البصل أنا ببيع البصل عشان أشغل العسل النار يا الله سبب النار يا الله النار يا الله سبب النار يا الله أبوي قال لي ما تبيع الزيت ابوي قال لي ما تبيع الزيت انا ببيع الزيت عشان اجيبوا البيت النار يا الله سوى النار يا الله النار يا الله سوى النار يا الله ابوي قال لي ما تسوق الركشه وقال لي ما تسوق الركشه انا بسوق الركشه عشان حميده بكرشه النار يا الله سوى النار يا الله النار يا الله سوى النار يا الله أرح 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 أرح.
You don't know about cotton. The cotton diet creates dip a cotton ball in juice and swallow.
Radio, thank you so much for checking me out. My name is Tish Mataz. Two recommended movies, Tutu and Cotton Queen. We are only here for the next 12 minutes. This is African Diaries.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. African Diaries with Teach Mataz. Catch it on the Channel Africa app, SABC Plus, and on channelafrica.co.za. Weekdays from 10 till 12 a.m. Central African Time.
Linda Lani from Mama Africa. Miriam Makeba, born 1932, passed away 2008. She was a woman of influence. People should do a movie on Miriam Makeba. You know, there was a band named after her, a soul and R&B band known as Makeba. She was the first African to ever get a Grammy. In 1965, she shared that accolade with Harry Belafonte. It's now 9 minutes to the top of the hour, and on the other side of midnight on Wednesday morning, we can join Maurice Touch.
Some people count decades in years. We count them in the voices we carry.
Vous accompagne dans cette célébration.
Roho ya Afrika inaishi katika kila hadithi tunayosimulia.
Nkani za Mwafrika.
The stories we have told.
Breaking news on Channel Africa.
From the everyday to the unforgettable.
Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man.
From the quiet conversation to history as it happens.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is hereby declared the winner of the presidential election.
Not measured in time, but impact. Not counted in years, but in connection. Not just recorded in history, but in our minds and hearts.
Happy birthday.
Channel Africa, 60 years young and still growing. The African perspective. The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download, free to connect. The African perspective in its own words. African Diaries with Teach Mataz. Live from the Sunshine City.
Live all across the 54 states and even in the diaspora. This is Channel Africa, 60 years and still going strong. One rhythm, one love, one Africa. Let me see if my brother is ready to rock Africa after midnight. Yo, Morris, touch my mans. What's going on?
Mr. Mataz, how are you doing, man?
I'm great, man. How about you?